Alright people, welcome back. You don't know it's your boy Kamani Brown back with another video. Back in front of the camera again. If any of y'all are actually watching my gameplay videos. And this one's a bit different, right? My channel is about gaming and tech. You have the wifey number 1, wifey number 2. Yeah, so that's it guys. Gaming and technology, that's my favorite thing. And I mean, this time I'm actually going to show a new addition to the family. A new piece of equipment because I consider this a tool. That's exactly why I guess I was gifted it, because I actually got it from wifey number 1 plus. I'm not talking about the phone, but the 3D wife.
Ooh, you suck.
I mean, my birthday was the other day and I actually surprised her with a gift, and she decided that hey, she shouldn't be the only one to have this, I should have it too, you know. But whatever, that's how it is, right? Working as a union. But anyway, yeah, I've been on Android for pretty much my whole adult life. Just a little history. I started off with the Peanut phone, the Motorola Peanut phone. I don't know if any of you guys know that one. Then there was the Sony Ericsson. I had 2 Sony Ericssons. I don't remember what them name exactly, but yeah. So that's 2 Sony Ericssons. Then I had a Samsung Galaxy S3. Then I had a Asus Zenfone 2 Laser to be exact. Then I actually moved up from somewhat into the modern realm. As in I had the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Yeah, that's how far back I'm coming, from budget to actual flagship at the time. Then I had that for a few years. Then I switched up to the, well, not really switched up to these, another mid-range phone. I actually have it here, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite. It's actually the 128 gig of storage, 8 gig of RAM version. Actually I got it off eBay, good price, brand new. It's a solid phone, but I'm gonna get to this in a minute as to why I decided to do what I did next. Well, why wife decided it was best for me to get this next. Yeah, so Android up to this point. No. Yes peeps, my brethren them I may have sold out, if you want to call it that, but yeah, this is what I'm on to now. The iPhone 13 Pro Max. This is the very first time I've had a flagship from the very release period, so to speak. The very first iPhone ever, period, so to speak. And yeah, I'm here without fear, and yeah, new addition to the Apple Mafia family, people. So so here we are. I mean, this is actually one of my favorite colors, the Sierra Blue. I didn't get it because, well, not that I didn't get it, but wifey got me it, not just because it's the most popular, but because actually my favorite color is actually black and the baby blue. Anything in the realm of baby blue or black, that's me. But yeah, I love it though. I mean, it's a beautiful color and it's a beautiful phone. Like, first impressions, because let me just lay it out there, this is a impressions video. It's neither a review nor a Apple versus Android fanboy kind of thing. I like to keep my things unbiased. I'm unbiased about technology. It's either good or bad or it's alright. And first impressions, it's a solid piece of kit. Solid phone. Like, it literally feels like a brick. It's shaped like one. She's a thick girl, nice fat ass, but yeah, I mean, it feels just as how it looks. It feels heavy, it looks heavy, it is heavy. But you know what? It adds to the premium feel. It's glass and stainless steel around the edges. I mean, you guys can have a look at that. It's a fingerprint magnet, if you can, you know, I guess you can see that for yourselves. But yeah, I mean, that's impression number 1. Impression number 2, moving from the hardware itself, is how premium the software is. Like, this thing just flies. I'm not into getting into the technical specs. I mean, there's so many videos on YouTube you can check out for that. I mean, there's an A15 Bionic chip and I think like 6 gigs of RAM in this. But As usual with Apple products, from what I've researched, the hardware doesn't tell the whole story, because with Android phones, you have phones up to 12 gigs of RAM and even up to 16 gigs of RAM, if my memory serves correct. And that doesn't tell the whole story, because this thing flies. It flies. Like, alright, experience coming from this, I don't think I've had this for 2 years yet, the Note 10 Lite. And I mean, it's not flagship, but the chipset is coming from the previous flagship. It actually has the chipset of the Note 9, right, which was the previous flagship before the Note 10. It was fast and I just got it. The battery life was decent, but the common tropes of all Android phones, at least from my personal experience and opinion, after the first year or so, I noticed a dip in certain things. The battery life was noticeably getting worse, and I don't overcharge my phones. I don't charge my phones overnight. I don't really charge them to 100%, but it just wasn't holding charge as much. It still gets me through a work day, it really does, but in the beginning it was almost a 2-day phone. Now I definitely have to charge it at night. Still good enough for the day, but not what it was at the beginning. Software wise, Android phones, I mean, there's just something. The softwares, I've had some glitches, some crashes, some hang-ups, probably a restart here or there. It happens, right? But with this, I've only had it really and truly, I've only had it like a week, and really and truly, so far it flies like flawless. Nothing causes a hiccup or a hang up on this thing, like nothing, right? This thing, alright, let me put it this way. Call this your Honda Civic Type R. This is a flipping Ferrari. I'm sorry. It's a new phone still. If anything happens later on in its life cycle, well, the life cycle of me owning this phone, you guys will definitely know. But yeah, this thing flies, yo. And the battery life, this at the very beginning would give me like a day and a quarter. Easily. With light use, over 2 days. Right? Like, that's light use though. With heavier use, like my girl, actually I didn't even share this with you guys. So this is me. Why I did this for me. And this is her. She got the gold. Well, I got her the gold because, you know, that's really her. You know, white or gold, but white's a bit boring. The gold, I mean, this is beautiful, but the gold, yo, the thing pretty. Like, it has this incandescent kind of thing with the frosted back glass where it moves from like a pink hue to white, this little beigeish color to actual a hint of gold, depending on the lighting conditions and the angle and everything. It's beautiful. And you talk about premium and they call it bougie, this is it. Beautiful phone, but it's also not that, I wouldn't call it overstated. It's a bit subtle. So yeah, this is a beautiful phone. So that's it, his and hers. Both members of the Apple Mafia family now. But yeah, back on track. Like I said, easily more than a 2-day phone with light usage. With heavier usage, wifey does a lot of social media work, and she hangs out on social media a lot, watches a lot of video, hangs out on TikTok and YouTube and whatever. She's a definite heavy user. Her work literally depends on her phone as well. So even with her, she can easily get a day, and I'm not just talking a work day, but like 24 hours. And I said 2 or over 2 days, I meant over 48 hours with light usage. Now me, I would say I'm more middle of the road. I have a day job still, so on my day jobs, well, in the weekdays on my day job, I would say that would count as more of light usage, because, you know, when I'm working, can't really pay attention to the phone too much because my work doesn't really involve much of the phone. But anyway, on vacation for my birthday, using the phone more, I would say more medium to sometimes heavy. I would say for me, let's see, I charged this thing the afternoon, say about 3 o'clock yesterday, and now it's about, as you can see, the times around 5, after 5 something to 6 in the evening on the next day. And we are now currently at, let's get this on for a second. Oh, hold on. Yeah, this thing is, talk about secure, it really doesn't unlock unless it sees my face. It actually locked up on me because I was opening and turning and closing it back so many times. But anyway, easily, see, look at that, 48%, 48 flipping percent. All right, and this is the next day, so this is easy going to carry me over into the next day, day 2. Now, no phone I've ever owned in my entire life has given me that kind of battery life, and that is just truth, the truth. Right, so if you're looking for a tool to get you throughout the day, no worries whether you're a social media manager or marketer, or you do a lot of phone photography, you're on trips with your family, you're out in nature doing hikes and whatever, just keep your power bank in your bag or leave it in the car. You don't need it, you will not need it. Full charge, this will carry you into the next day. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Right, that was like the second thing which really stood out to me, legendary battery life. Then the third thing which stood out to me, the screen. Now this is my first 120 hertz display, right? So I can't really say much about it in terms of how it compares to Android phones, but what I will say is that it is slick like butter, right? I mean, this is an adaptive refresh rate screen, so it fluctuates, I think, like 10 steps between 10 hertz and 120 hertz depending on usage or what you're doing, and I don't know. That's all I really can say about it. It is silky smooth. Definitely if I go back to my old phone, if I go back to the old girl, trust me, there's a huge difference. She feels slow. She feels slow. On a good day, she doesn't give me any problems, and by good day I mean most of the time. It's been reliable. Not knocking Samsung phones, not knocking Android phones yet again. It is reliable for the most part. 95% of the time I have no problems. Everything opens up, everything works. But yeah, but this feels slow. Going back to this, like, for sure. No, that's item number 3 stood out to me. Item number 4, this is more of a negative. I don't know why it isn't USB type C yet. It's still lightning. I don't know why. I mean, Apple needs to get to the times. I mean, every other device from that I know of, from the Apple Watch to, well, maybe the AirPods, I think they're still using lightning. Don't quote me on that. I don't know about the AirPods 3, but from what I know of, the Apple Watch, the MacBooks, the MacBook Pros, the iPads, those all use USB type C. So I guess maybe in the next iteration, probably the iPhone 14, you'll see, yeah, actually I almost said iPhone 4, but the iPhone 14, that should probably more than likely be the time that Apple moves on to the USB type C, comes up into the future, modern times, whatever you want to call it. Now, yeah, I mean, aside from that, this is going to be a full-time series, peeps, so this is just unscripted, raw, unbiased first-time impressions of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now, aside from that, I mean, it's a smartphone. I mean, coming from an Android, it's not that bad as people make it out to seem. I mean, a couple things which stood out to me. The migration process was painful. Not that bad because the experiences were different for me and wifey. Like, for her, the most difficult part of the process is actually to copy over her contacts, calendar info, and those kind of local data. The iOS, what do you call it, the move to iOS app that Apple themselves made in-house was giving some problems. It was not working any at all, but eventually used another app called Copy My Data app. I should show you guys the icon right here on the old girl. This app here to transfer her stuff. I actually downloaded it on my phone just in case. Better safe than sorry, right? And it worked like a breeze. I mean, you can download that easily off of the Play Store, Google Play Store. Tongue twister sometime. But yeah, you can download that free off the Google Play Store and you're good to go. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Now I'm going to actually make a video for the next thing, which was easy yet hard. Hard yet easy for wifey, hard but hard for me. Now the next thing that I've talked about right there is actually the conversion of WhatsApp. We still use WhatsApp, especially coming from Android. That's our main medium of communication with people. I am apologizing for the sound of the AC early on in the video. I turned it down. I didn't know I was making so much noise. So hopefully it's a lot more quieter for you guys right now. But anyway, yeah, the migration of WhatsApp from Android to iOS. Wow, let me say, thank the gods for Wondershare, that company. I actually use their Filmora X app for editing my videos right now. Who knows, maybe if I get a Mac later down the line, I'll dabble in the whole Lumina Fusion or that other one you guys use on Mac. Got its name right now. But anyway, you'll come back to me later on. Don't mind if I actually snap out and ball it out somewhere down the video. But anyway, yeah, so Wondershare, you guys are wizards. So there's this app called WhatsApper, this app right here, and yeah, I mean, that was a lifesaver. Otherwise it was next to impossible to get that done, right? But it was fairly easy and straightforward for wifey. It happened first try for her, so that was the easy part of the process for her. Now on the flip side for me, the move to iOS app actually worked for me. First time, first go, bam bam bam, couple presses, my shit's over on the new girl, the iPhone, right? Now where it was difficult for me was with WhatsApper. For some flipping reason or the other, my backup, because the process is fairly straightforward, but it can be rough still. You have to back up your stuff in WhatsApp, then you have to load up the app, I'm gonna do a full-on walkthrough for that because it deserves one, trust me. So that's gonna actually form a part of my series here of my journey from first timer from Android to iPhone, right? So yeah, it wasn't reading my backups. It was crazy. It took me a whole day to get that issue solved, like a whole flipping 24 hours. I had to be using both phones, like going back and forth, doing my WhatsApp messages on this, then my chip was in this by then, so I was doing phone calls and whatever on this. It, you know, yeah, the back and forth thing was annoying, but it eventually worked out. And since then, I mean, after those hiccups, perfect. I mean, some people ball and cuss and say, you know, it don't make no sense. I mean, iOS is crap and it's too restrictive and blah blah blah, and more restrictive compared to iPhone. One thing I will say, right, and this is an unbiased video, but I have to say this, I had that same mindset, but look at this. You can only use Android apps on this. I can use both Android and iOS apps. So if you want to say which one is more or less restrictive, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. But aside from that, I mean, some other differences, of course, you can't really do much in terms of personalization on the phone. I mean, on this, you can pretty much set your OS to look and feel however you feel like it. This is what you see is what you get. I mean, in my younger days from high school up to, I guess, probably a couple of years ago, I actually liked to tinker. I mean, I've even flashed phones before. I have, you know, don't know if any of y'all know about rooting devices, install Cyanogen and all those kind of things. I did that on my S3, and I mean, it was fun, but life got in the way. I don't really have time for that anymore. I mean, there are things I have to do, like keeping up with updates and all that. I don't know how the landscape has changed now in terms of modding Android to be whatever you want it to be, but this day and age, right now, I just want something that works, right? I just need something that works, and this, everything works reliably. The camera, I haven't used it for that long, But one thing I will say that is different from this and pretty much every other Android that I've used. By the way, my girl had the flagship Note 10 before. So she had the flagship, I had the mid-range. But anyway, the cameras are consistent. You switch between any lens, the color is the same, how it handles detail, everything is the same. And I switch between the 3 lenses on this because it has normal, wide angle and a zoom lens, a telephoto lens. Something kept on changing. You know, the wide angle, it had this strange little slight blur on the sides and all that, yeah. Everything in this is consistent, and that's another thing with this phone, another point. I don't know if it's point number 5 or 4 at this point, guys can count, but consistency. It's consistent from the moment you pick up this phone, from the moment you turn it on, from the moment you log in, from the moment you set up. Consistency. Battery life is consistent, no battery drain from any apps or any hardware issues. The cameras are all consistent. It even has this macro mode, but you guys see that in all those reviews already. There's no hiccups, no app crashes, no nothing. Yet again, I've only had this phone for a week or so, but it's just very consistent. And as a tool, this is definitely a reliable tool that I'm proud to have in my arsenal. I mean, it's not so bad coming from Android to iOS. I don't know why people make such a big deal over it. And I mean, you have a lot of conspiracy theories out there. I like that Apple actually goes out of its way for every app that you download and install to ask you for permission if you want them to collect the data. You don't get that on this. I mean, Google is open about it. They collect your data, make billions of dollars. I mean, I think it's around 80% or somewhere in that region of their revenue. Sell that shit and you make nothing off of it, right? It's crazy, but they're open about it at least. This, I will say, whether or not it is reality or a false sense of security, whatever it is, but I love the peace of mind that they actually go out their way to ask you if they want to allow each and every single app that you download and install, and even certain functions in the OS itself. They ask you if you will give them their blessing to collect your data, so to speak. Whatever, that's one of the things I heard about Apple before I made the transition, that they value privacy and whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's a good look. But so far that's it. I mean, once it's set up, once I'm going, it's just like I'm used to it already. I mean, what I still can't get over is the consistency and the premium quality of everything. Even the apps themselves, like social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, even the WhatsApp that I fought so hard to transfer over, everything just seemed different in the sense that there was just this consistency of quality and reliability, right? But yet again, this will all come into play more in long-term use. If anything changes, if I ever decide to switch back, you guys will definitely be one of the first to know. But so far, I am loving it here. I'm loving it here. And I mean, if things with my journey for YouTube so far is going to be very important for my workflow to be quick and consistent. I mean, I have a day job right now. Until I can do YouTube full time, that's it. And I really need speed and reliability for all of my gear. I think I may actually get a MacBook because I'm due an upgrade now. I've had this laptop since 2015, December 2015, so we're approaching the 6-year mark, and it's been reliable, does everything I need it to do. But I mean, I treat myself to an upgrade probably sometime next year, and we see how that goes. I mean, I already have the flagship iPhone. Why not get a MacBook next? I mean, those M1 chips sound mighty enticing. So, and I mean, I've checked everybody, not just the big YouTubers, the small YouTubers, and I've seen real world benchmarks and everything, and that thing sounds almost too good to be true in terms of performance. I was waving the AMD Ryzen flag, but it looked like it might be M1 next. Let's see. But yeah, I love the whole, seamless cohesion in the ecosystem. I can easily airdrop over my photos or my videos. That will add a lot to my workflow. Like, I won't need to be plugging in no USB cable anymore or sending things over Wi-Fi. I haven't figured out how to do that yet on Android yet. I haven't had a flagship capable of doing that yet. But anyway, so I mean, yeah, that's it. I mean, my girl actually did a couple of airdrops to me, and it was like magic. I mean, she sent over a video to me, and it was not like regular Bluetooth connection. It just came over like this. I was like, "Yeah, sure, it's sent over the whole video, the whole video." But I mean, how did it happen so quick? It happened, and I almost didn't even notice that it happened. It was just so seamless. And that's the stage in my life that I reach now. I need things that work. I need reliability. I need quality. I need that in my life right now. Trust me. But yeah, I mean, that's it. That's my first impressions. This is going to be a series. I'm not sure how many episodes there'll be in the series just yet, but I'll definitely let you guys know, the setup process, how hard it was to transfer my stuff, how to get over your WhatsApp, because that was crazy for all you guys out there who use WhatsApp and interested in iOS. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a full-on tutorial on how WhatsApp worked. That thing was a lifesaver. And I mean, yep, let's see what's next. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate a like, subscribe, and of course hitting that little notification bell so you know when the next video is out. Take care, guys, and peace out. Alright, hold up before we end the video. Actually, there's a couple of peripherals I got. No, this is in no way a sponsored video. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt or however you want to take it. But really, I'm a small YouTuber. Anyway, this is what I'm using to charge, because of course this wasn't really quite an unboxing video, but all I got in here was, of course, the girl herself, and yeah, and of course regular paperwork, Apple stickers and all that. You guys have seen all those unboxings already. And this, the USB cable, USB type C to lightning cable. That's about it. No charging brick. That's not just Apple. Everybody's doing this shit now. So I will say, from a number of YouTubers, they've all recommended this. It's called the Anker Nano Pro. It's a 20-watt charger, and it is probably like half the size, I think, from all the pictures and videos I've seen of the proprietary Apple charging brick. And this little thing, yeah, it works. It doesn't get hot, and it really and truly does charge up the phone pretty quickly. I mean, I had a 25-watt charger on this. I mean, so 5-watt difference. Pretty much the charging speeds are similar. But for something that lasts me 2 days on some days, a day plus on others, yeah, this could have been a 5-watt charger again, like back in the day. I would take it. But anyway, yeah, I really and truly would highly recommend this. It's small, it's neat, it's pocketable, and it works. Now the next peripheral is this. There's nothing in it right now because it's already been applied. It's a screen protector from Spigen, or Spigen, whatever you want to call it. It's called the Glass TR Easy Fit. Comes with two, and it's pretty cool. Like, it comes with this guide here. I threw them away, I don't have them on me right now, but it makes installing the screen protector a breeze. You could have it done in just a couple of minutes. Trust me, yeah, I highly recommend this. So yeah, those are the only two peripherals I have right now, but who knows, let's see how it goes, and I dabble more into the ecosystem. Stay tuned for those. But let's see how things go in the rest of this series. So thanks for tuning in once again, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.